Happy Halloween, everybody! The holiday that no one over the age of 12 or 13 cares about, because your parents think you're too old to go trick-or-treating. Unless you're an internet dweller, in which case Halloween is probably the most entertaining holiday. 2 words. Horror games. I love horror games because not only does it get your blood pumping, but it also is fun to watch other people get their blood pumping.
How do I do that again? I can't quite remember.
And everybody has their favorites. My favorite is Alien Isolation, not because it's scary per se, but mainly because it's just really fun to play.
Burn in holy fire!
But if you were to ask me what the scariest horror game is, I wouldn't even blink before telling you that the scariest game that I have ever played is a free-to-play indie game that I got off of Gamejolt called SCP Containment Breach. I would say that this game is close to my heart, but realistically speaking, it's closer to the part of my brain that controls my sanity, because this is the first horror game that I have ever quit out of pure fear. Yeah, you heard that right, I quit out of pure fear, and I haven't been scared by any other game by that means. And I've played a few games. I mean, not all of them, but I have definitely played a few. I've played the Outlast games, Alien Isolation, Amnesia, the Slender games, the FNAF games, yada yada yada. All your standard ones, a few indie games that were pretty creepy. So, I mean, it's not like I'm new to horror games, but this one just has something. But what is that something? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about. What makes SCP Containment Breach such a scary game? Now, I hate to even have to say this, but this is of course subjective. This isn't going to be the scariest game for everyone. But that's what's interesting. Not everyone is scared by the same thing. I was scared of something, and so I made my best friend play it. And he wasn't near as terrified of it. And I found that annoying yet interesting at the same time. So what is your favorite horror game? I shouldn't say favorite. What's your scariest horror game you've ever played? And let me know why in the comments if you even care. So in my opinion, there are 2 things that give SCP Containment Breach its terrifying feel. Except for me, there's 3 things, and I'll get into that 3rd thing later. But for the first thing, we're gonna have to say that randomness is one of the aspects that makes this game so dang terrifying. This game is randomly generated every time you start a new game. It will never be the same thing twice, unless you get really lucky. You do not know what is around every dang corner. It could be this enemy, or this enemy, or this enemy may not even show up till like the next half of the game. You don't know. I don't know. No one knows, unless you input a certain seed. It's kind of like Minecraft, you know, you can load certain seeds, which I guess is fine. I don't really use it though. So, jeez. And not to mention, the way this game gives you jump scares is not by scripted events. There are a few of them, but the thing is, the jump scares are made by said randomness. That enemy was around that corner, but he wasn't there last time, so random jump scare. Wah! You just died. Get snapped. And also, one enemy in particular has a habit of showing up out of nowhere at random points in time. He is definitely one of the more terrifying ones. And also, he's got a really sick theme song though. I know. Yeah, it basically means it's time to run. I'm also fairly certain this man can go through walls. People like to say that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. I disagree. I think the thing we have to fear is the unknown, which is the next thing. The fear of the unknown. Again, since the game is randomly generated, you have no clue what's coming. You don't know about your enemies. And all the enemies need to know about you is that you can't defend yourself in this game. So you're basically forced to accept what you don't know. Now there are sort of ways to prepare ahead of time for this. The game spreads documents around, but for some reason I can't really read these. As you can probably see on screen, I'll probably put it up right now. The sheets are kind of bright, and I don't know if that's a setting I turned up, but I can't see it. So I hope you can. There are like wiki pages for it I could probably look up, but still, I'd like to see it in game, please. And this randomness is what also creates its horror element in general. Most of the events are not scripted. There are, of course, some scripted events, but they are made through your encounters. They are not made through storytelling or anything like that. For example, in this scene of Alien Isolation, you're basically forced to accept that the alien has to come through that vent every single time. Not in this game. In this game, the vent might not even be there at all this time. It's just not going to happen like that in this game. This time, a body fell from the ceiling, but next time, there's a black pit in the floor. Or next time, there's a stone standing there waiting to snap your little neck. Like you're a Christmas turkey. Or I guess it's Halloween, like a Twix bar or something like that. If I had to sum up what makes this game scary in a nutshell, it's that it doesn't try to bombard you with jump scares. The jump scares are there, but the jump scares are self-created through your experience, not from scripted events. And your unknown enemies. There are a good... I don't know how many. There's a lot of enemies in this game, and you don't know jack about them. You are forced to go headfirst into the labyrinths, and you have no clue what your enemies are doing. And that is what terrifies you, because are they hostile? If I it says it's friendly, it sounds friendly, can I go towards it? I mean, I can tell, what do I do? But alas, for me personally, there is a third factor that makes this the scariest game I've ever played. And that is this thing. I cannot even describe the nightmare-inducing sounds and looks of this thing. Are you looking at this thing? Tell me that does not... How do I describe it? Picture Slender Man crossed with that thing from Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and that's basically this thing. It's about just as fast and tall as Slender Man and skinny, but it makes the noises of the Amnesia thing. Now granted, the Amnesia thing doesn't scream, but still, the mouth. Like, just look at that mouth. And you think that picture's terrifying, why don't you look at some of the actual good-looking ones? That's the first result on Google Images. Is that not terrifying? Okay, hang on. I need to go more in depth with this guy. His nickname, the Shy Guy. No, not the thing from Mario Bros. This Shy Guy. Basically, if you look at his face, either in real life, face to face, or through any form of digital media, he will find you no matter what. I don't care if you are outside of his cage, he will bust through that metal, or whatever the cage is made out of, and wreck you. If you're in a mountain excavating for something and you see his picture online, he will use his bare hands, claw through the mountain, and take you down, and then immediately get back into a sitting down, crouched position. I don't even know what to call that anymore, I forgot. This thing... just listen to the sounds it makes. Yeah. And the thing that really got me with this guy is once you look at him in game, you're pretty much done. He will constantly chase you down until you're dead. So don't press that save button while he's chasing you, because yeah, you're probably just gonna have to delete your save. Anyways, I'm gonna show you what it looks like when he chases you down. Now, having shown you that, I now have a confession. After seeing footage, by the way, I have not found this guy myself. I've only seen footage. And reading his wiki article, I can confess that this is the first fictional character to have ever given me actual nightmares. Yeah, basically, I dream that I'm in my bed, where I usually sleep every night. I look up, and that thing's walking slowly in my doorway, screaming as loud as he can with his giant freaking mouth, and just like, uses his 1.5 meter long arms, reaches for me and snaps my neck. I remember waking up in a puddle of sweat. I don't know if that's sad or not. I laugh because it hurts. Some of you are probably thinking, wow, this guy's a wimp, what, he's scared of this thing? But that's the beauty of horror games. Some people are still scared by Slender Man. Some people are not. Some people think the FNAF games were scary, some do not. And some people pretty much get scared by anything, and some do not. And that's the cool thing about horror games. And with that, I leave you with knowledge you didn't ask for or want. If you want to play the game for free, I will leave a link in the description. It is definitely worth playing if you are a fan of horror games. It's also free, so you really have nothing to lose. No microtransactions, no DLC, the game's too old for that. That's it, it's just the game. Also, what is in your opinion the scariest SCP? It doesn't have to be in-game, just leave it down in the comments. I will admit the bear is pretty creepy, but not like that guy. I didn't even tell you the guy's SCP number. SCP-096. I did not have to look that up. I've basically memorized it. I've pretty much memorized his wiki article. Anyways, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know about a really cool video I saw while I was editing this video. I believe it's by, hang on, I need to look it up. Hang on, I'm looking it up. My keyboard's really loud. SCP Illustrated, that's what it is. His name is SCP Illustrated. He basically made a video on the termination of SCP-096, that guy I spent half the video talking about. And it's really, really cool because I basically thought this dude was indestructible because I read his wiki article on how they layered like helicopter 50 cal automatic rounds at him and he just would not die. So the fact that he could die at all was pretty interesting to me, but warning, if you're going to watch it, which I will leave it in the link in the description, lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of it. You basically see a human form get melted into its bare nothing. So I would give it a watch if you're really interested in this dude for some twisted, insane reason. But also, yeah, I know it's not Halloween, but I don't care. Now I'll say bye.